Hi, I'm Judy Hull. I'm licensed to sell real estate in Oregon, and I live and work mainly in the Willamette Valley. So anything between Eugene and Portland, focusing on Salem, that's where I am. So today we're going to talk about once you've identified the house that you want, what is included in the offer. The offer itself is a full contract, and so it's important to know what is included in that before you start writing it out. Now, first of all, it's important that only a written offer is valid in a real estate agreement. I will call the agent, the seller's agent, and discuss with them to try to find out how we can make your offer perfect, one that they'd want to accept. But just because the seller's agent or even the seller says they will accept a certain price does not mean that it actually will happen. It really doesn't matter at all what people say because by law, a real estate sales agreement has to be in writing. So, the first part of the offer is the agreement between you as the buyer and me as your agent and my brokerage, and also between the seller, the seller's agent, and the seller's agent's brokerage. So, that's right at the top of the contract, all spelled out. The next part of the contract, which is probably the most important part, is how much you're going to offer for the house. You're going to spell out exactly the amount you're willing to pay. Not only that, but you're going to spell out how much money you're willing to put in an earnest money deposit. So, earnest money is like a little deposit to show that you are earnest. And usually I suggest like 1%, but there's no rules about how much earnest money you should put. You put it in an escrow account with the title company, and it just hangs out there until the closing of the house. At that time, it's credited to you toward your down payment or your closing costs. And most of the time, if the deal falls apart and it's for a reason that we talk about in the future in contingencies, you'll get the earnest money deposit back. So it's actual real money though. You are going to you can't give an IOU, but your earnest money you're going to specify and also your down payment, how much you're going to put down, and what type of loan you're going to have. It could be an FHA, it could be a VA, it could be a conventional loan, or maybe you have cash. So you're going to specify all that in this contract, in this offer. Then the next thing is contingencies. My face is kind of covering part of it, but there's in general two of the most common type of contingencies, and then a third one that comes up sometimes. The first one is financing contingencies. So you have already been pre-approved as a buyer. So unless something horrible happens, you are probably approved for the mortgage, but there's a chance the house wouldn't qualify for the mortgage. So all that we'll find out as we go through the process, but financing is a contingency. So your offer is contingent on the financing, the specific kind of financing that you laid out to work out. And then the second is the inspection contingency. So when I'm counseling buyers, I usually recommend they ask for a 10-day inspection period, which is 10 business days. So that doesn't count the weekends and it doesn't count any federal holidays. And it usually turns out to be about 2 weeks. So during that inspection period is a time when you, as a buyer, are going to hire a licensed home inspector to come look through your house and give you a full report on anything they find. You also might want to hire a radon inspection or a sewer scope. In Oregon, we don't usually do separate pest and dry rot inspections, but sometimes based on the full home inspection, you might think that that would be an add-on. So all those inspections would happen during your inspection period. Now, on the offer contract, you're going to tell them what kind of inspections you want to do. And if you want to do any additional ones, we'll just let them know. Usually that's not a problem. So during that inspection period, 10 business days, you're going to have your inspection. You're going to review the reports. If there's anything that is wrong, you might negotiate for repairs or for money in lieu of repairs during that time. All that happens during the inspection period. And that is a contingency. So during that time, if for some reason you decide I don't want this house anymore, you can use that contingency to walk away from the deal and get your earnest money back. So a third type of contingency is if you already own a home and you need to sell that, and the proceeds of that sale will go towards this buy. So then this offer might be contingent on the sale closure of your home that's on the market. So that could be a third type of contingency. And that contingency requires a whole nother piece of paper that we will sign and submit to them. But it's important that we let the seller know if that is an extra contingency. And then also included in this offer, you're going to talk about when and where this deal will close. So if it's financed, 30 days is pretty quick. So at least 30 days, I would think, if you're going to finance it. And where would be the title company. You can specify which title company you want. You could even specify a title officer if you know somebody that you trust to do that. So all of those things are part of your offer. If you have any questions or if there's anything you think I left out, just let me know in the comments. And again, I'm Judy Hull. You can find me on Instagram. You can find my website. It's www.judyhull.com. Thanks. Have a great day.